Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise for our beautiful bride.
I set out on the narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two. I wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. And every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were just northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true. That God bless the broken road and led me straight to you. Think about the years I spent just past.
You may be seated.
I'd like to take the time I lost.
I got you.
Oh, thanks.
I got you. I got you. So ready. 5 years ago, the deep calling within her heart could no longer be ignored. So she made the difficult decision to leave the comfort of her hometown, her friends, and her family, to embark upon a journey to discover a new place to grow her roots. She headed south, down the coast of Florida, and she was supposed to continue on, but she was encouraged to stay just a little longer, as she was coincidentally watching the polar vortex on the news and seeing how she was presently in one of the only places in the entire nation that wasn't completely covered in frost. She agreed. She ended up in this very town where we are right now, and she hasn't looked back since. Her intention may have been a relocation road trip, but what she found was something so much more. Tonight we come together to honor the relationship that was the result of a so-called chance meeting. But as you will come to believe through this ceremony, it was written in the stars. Because from the very start, they have been aligned in every way that mattered to them most, and things have just flowed along without hardly any effort at all. The love shared between Tara Kristen Beretti and Keith Andrew Gilman cannot be denied. And tonight, you will realize how truly special and unique their love is. Through the carefully chosen songs and words, you will leave here tonight feeling even closer to Tara and Keith. I know we have folks who flew in from Massachusetts, New Jersey, Washington, Georgia, Maryland, and even the Carolinas. And it means the world to Keith and Tara that you were able to be here. You are the people closest to them. You are the ones who know them best. And so it was their vision for you to surround them as they pledged their lives to each other from this day forward. Therefore, on behalf of Tara and Keith, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to one of the happiest days of their lives, and we thank you for traveling far and wide to bear witness to this milestone event. And while we are so grateful for your presence, we are aware that not everyone we love could fill a seat here tonight. Some are too ill or too far away to make it, while others are no longer physically with us. This day would be incomplete unless we took a moment to commemorate the lives of Raymond Gilman and Thomas Beretti. Losing their fathers at such young ages was one of the strongest connections shared between Keith and Tara. Having very close relationships with their loving fathers, Tara and Keith shared an understanding without the need for too many words, because they know far too well the repercussions of their grief when those special men were lost. Raymond Gilman was one of those people who everyone respected and no one ever had a bad thing to say about. He was truly a gentleman. He was kind, patient, and loving. Ray loved sports, and Keith got his passion for Buffalo teams from his father. But Ray's favorite pastime was golf, and he and Keith would often play together until his final days. Likewise, Thomas Baretti was very close with his daughter. To put it simply, Tara was Daddy's little girl, and she looked up to him because he set the example for many things, but most significant was the importance of family. He always showed unconditional love, even if it was tough love, and boy was he strict. No wonder Tara still is a rule follower. But underneath that tough exterior, he was a loving father. He was always there, coaching sports, cheering on the sidelines, planning family vacations, and documenting precious memories. To say that their father's passing changed their lives would be an understatement. Both Tara and Keith were only young adults, and it was such a difficult experience. It is one that even so many years later still gives them pause and perspective. Keith and Tara often reflect on how they would have loved for Ray and Tom to have been able to meet, because it seems from what they remember and what people say, they would have been the best of friends. Sometimes as Keith and Tara share stories, the similarities are too uncanny that they cannot help but to feel like maybe their fathers helped them find each other. Whenever they see butterflies, they say it's Tom and Ray keeping watch over them. And tonight, we'd like to believe that Ray and Tom are looking down on them right now, proud that their kids found someone so special to love and to share a life with. So let us take a moment of silence now to enjoy the reverie of a time shared with Ray, Tom, and all of our loved ones who could only join us in spirit today. Are you okay? Ask any athlete or comedian, and they will tell you that timing is everything. And Tara and Keith's love story is confirmation that this old adage is certainly true. For synchronicity is an unlikely or impossible coincidence that cannot be explained by luck or chance. And while we may chalk up their first encounter as sheer coincidence, what on earth can we say about their second? But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sure there are some guests here tonight who haven't heard the story of how Keith and Tara met over 100 times before. So let me begin at the beginning. Keith happened to be in Jupiter on a little golf getaway with friends when he decided to swing by one of his favorite restaurants for a glass of wine. As he walked into the half-full bar, he noticed a very attractive young woman having a martini. So he decided to saddle up next to her because he knew he would be a fool not to. At first, Tara was a bit standoffish, and rightfully so. Her fish tacos had just arrived, and she was more interested in them than she was in Keith. So he silently made a promise that he would not bother this lovely lady as she ate. But Keith broke that promise because after a few moments of silence, he hit her with a pretty lame line that vaguely referenced a great place he knew in New Jersey that served good fish tacos. Maybe it wasn't the best of lines, but it worked. They spent over 2 hours laughing and sharing stories, and they mutually felt an immediate connection. On that first night, they realized that they went to the same college and that both of their families vacationed at the exact same resort on Hilton Head Island for many years. With every story shared, their connection grew. And although they were really hitting it off, Tara was just passing through Jupiter on her journey to relocate away from the cold weather in New England. And Keith was still living in New Jersey, just visiting to play golf with friends. So they ended the night with gratitude for that lame line of his, because it sparked a conversation that went from pleasantries and small talk to discovering jaw-dropping similarities to flirting and a passionate kiss when they parted ways. And while they often found themselves thinking about the other, neither of them thought they would see each other ever again. Until, that is. You guys knew that was coming, or we wouldn't be here right now. 2 months later, when Tara was back at the dive bar for dinner, and she remembered that Keith had mentioned that he'd be back for his annual golf trip. So she sent him a text to share her current location and to say hello. Well, as fate would have it, Tara sent that text just as Keith's plane was landing, and he was turning his phone back on. So imagine Tara's surprise when she received his immediate response that he had literally just touched ground and was on his way to his favorite place to eat. Within 20 minutes, Keith arrived, and their connection that night was even stronger than the first time they met. And the timing of it all was just so perfect that for 1 second, Tara even doubted the randomness of it all, and she actually went so far as to check his car for his suitcase. She just could not believe that he had just flown in. But he wasn't making it up. You can't make this up. Isn't it amazing? We go through life most days not really thinking about the sequence of events or the potential order of things, and then something happens, and it knocks us out of our traditional way of thinking, and we're left thinking, wow, this has to be fate. What else could it possibly be? Keith and Tara were in perfect harmony with what they really wanted out of life and in a partner to share it with. And so they were simply drawn to each other when they were ready for something special, a once-in-a-lifetime love. From that day onward, they have been together. They spent that entire week almost every day and night in each other's company. Well, when Keith wasn't golfing, that is. They are so tuned into the same wavelength that it was inevitable for them to fall head over heels in love. And while it was a long-distance relationship at first, Keith planned frequent trips to Florida every month until it became obvious that they simply could not stand to be apart from each other for any extended period of time. Soon enough, Keith joined Tara in her relocation efforts, and the rest unfolded so naturally between them over the last 5 years that now you'll rarely ever see them apart. They do everything together, and they love every minute of it. This may seem like an exaggeration, but I assure you, it's very much the truth. Keith's flexibility with work allows him to accomplish most of his goals right from home, so they are together almost all of the time. And so they take advantage of this blessing because they don't want to miss out on one more second since they finally found each other. They love to go for walks together. They love to golf together. They love to go out to dinner or to stay in and cook. Well, Tara cooks and Keith cleans, which to me is the perfect dynamic duo, if you ask. Whether the excursion is large or small, local and common, or distant and exotic, rest assured, as long as these two are together, they are happy. In the past, previous relationships were always filled with doubt or questioning with the way the other person felt or if they wanted the same things out of life. but not for Keith and Tara. There is no doubt or question about the strength of their love or the mutual devotion they share, and they are so compatible in their preferences, their hopes, and their dreams for the future that they feel very blessed to have each other in their lives, enjoying a love that not everyone is fortunate enough to find. Their love is complete, their love is divine, and we come here today with confidence, knowing that their love will continue to grow as each sweet year passes on to the next. Keith, Tara, for 5 years, you have been each other's best friend, travel partner, lover, companion, and even teacher. But today, after you say a few words, you will become husband and wife. So I must ask you to please turn to face each other. Take each other by the hands. Look into each other's eyes. Try not to laugh or cry, because I want you to remember this moment for all time. So I ask the both of you, do you welcome each other as partners in this life? And for all of your tomorrows, do you promise to continue to walk this journey together, hand in hand, as equals who are respectful of each other, remaining the best of friends, the greatest caregiver, and the strongest support, being there to catch each other when you fall, to encourage one another when you feel disheartened, and to celebrate the precious moments, large and small, from this day forward until you take your final breath?
I do.
Did everyone catch that?
I do.
I do.
Oh, not yet.
We need to make sure it's on record. Before we hear the sentiments that you prepared, I think it's important to do something special first, since I know how important family is to you. Constance, Jan, would you mind standing at your seats for a moment, please? Today marks the day that you gain a new member to your family to carry on your rich traditions. So I ask you formally, on this day, do you officially welcome Keith and Tara as members of your families? And will you give them your love and affection as if they were your very own flesh and blood for the rest of your lives?
We do.
Thank you so much. May love and peace be with you as your families continue to form even stronger ties after this day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite all of you to declare your support aloud by responding to the following with "we do." Is everyone ready? That sounds encouraging. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Does everyone here join me in showering Keith and Tara with blessings for a happy marriage? And do you promise to continue to offer your friendship and encouragement long after this day is done?
We do.
That was nice, but not thrilling, just nice. So let's take it from the top, because I think if blessings were measured by the enthusiasm of your response, then Tara and Keith are in big trouble. So let's pretend that didn't happen, and I'll start from the beginning. Does everyone here join me in showering Keith and Tara with blessings for a happy marriage? And do you promise to continue to offer your friendship and encouragement long after this day is done?
We do.
I knew I could count on you. Thanks, folks. We needed a little bit higher energy on that one. Okay, my friends, are you ready? Now it is time for you to tell each other how you feel. I ask that you speak in a strong and clear voice. We do not want to miss a thing. And I ask that you take your time, bend your knees, take deep breaths. We don't want you passing out either. Now, Keith, you're going to go first, but come a little shimmy closer. Good?
Good.
Keith, take it away.
Tara, my love, how did I get so lucky to meet someone like you? You are everything I always wanted, but never thought I would find. And ever since you came into my life, I'm truly and genuinely happy. You are so beautiful, and yet there isn't a bone in your body with any ego or self-centeredness. You are considerate and selfless, grounded and real. You are honest to the extreme. Even with silly little things, she will never break a rule. I find it sweet and endearing that you are so honest, understanding, and empathetic of others. You even tell me to cancel our plans so I can play golf with my buddies. Now that's true love. For the first time, I've found someone that I hate leaving. I've found that someone who I can't get enough of. I've found someone who accepts me for who I am and doesn't tell me I need to change. I found someone who I couldn't help but fall madly in love with, and I will, and I will never take that gift for granted. I look forward to our summers in New Jersey and Boston, snuggling on the couch, floating in the pool, listening to our country music, strolling on the Riverwalk hand in hand, traveling up and down the East Coast twice a year, golfing, doing crossword puzzles in bed, cocktail hours, and last but not least, planning our life together. As I become your husband and you become my wife, I promise to love, respect, and appreciate all of you, both your best qualities and the not so great ones. I will forever greet you in the morning with a kiss and your coffee, made just the way you like, because it makes me happy to do the little things for you on a daily basis, like opening the door for you, giving you a back rub right there, and having your coffee ready. I will always do the little things to bring ease to your day, not because I should, but because I love making you feel loved and cared for. Because of the way I feel about you, all these small gestures of love are as natural as breathing. And seeing you happy has become one of my greatest joys.
You're not supposed to.
Sorry.
I did it on the cheek.
I didn't need my readers here.
Success. You're right to applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was not an easy feat, and he nailed it. My darling Tara, you've got some big shoes to fill here. No pressure. I have faith in you. Take your time.
Thank you. My love, I am so excited to be standing here next to you, holding your hand, looking into your eyes as we pledge our love and commitment to each other. I am beyond happy to be marrying you and to share our love in front of our friends and family. There was no question for me that we would be together forever. And today we're celebrating that. You are the most kind-hearted, patient, that's here in all caps, loyal, loving, handsome, and sincere man I've ever met. And those are only a few of the qualities I love about you. You are the truest definition of a gentleman with everyone you meet. Your relationships with Andrew and Allison, the rest of your family, and countless friendships are a testament to the man that you are. You provide me with a level of love and reassurance and emotional honesty I've never experienced before. People told me that when I met the one, I would simply know. And that was definitely the case when we came into each other's lives. I never had any doubts about you or us. And even though we were long distance in the beginning, I had unwavering certainty that our love for each other would make it all work out. I am so proud of your true nature, your integrity in all things, the way you have completely and utterly embraced and connected with my family, and above all else, the relationships that you have formed with my 3 nieces. Oh wait, our nieces now? You can officially call him Uncle Keith. I can't wait to share the rest of our lives together and see what other amazing experiences we share down the road. And so, as we begin this new chapter in our lives, I promise to love you unconditionally and completely for the rest of our days. I promise to never take for granted the special connection and deep love that you and I have been lucky enough to have found in each other against many odds and extenuating circumstances. I promise to honor you, to be honest with you, to respect you, and to be faithful to you. I promise to not just listen, but really hear you and communicate with you. I will also be your coupon clipper and be on the lookout for a better deal. I will carry a pair of readers in my purse for you. I will also support your diehard love of all things Buffalo. Except when they're playing New England. I am happy to do all the heavy lifting to protect your back so you can golf.
True love.
I promise to love you, not only when things are easy, but especially when we encounter difficult times. I truly promise to work on being more patient. And I am so thankful that you love me, even knowing all of me. I promise to encourage all of your dreams and to say yes to your ideas, even if they involve me breaking some rules. I love you more now than I did when we first met. I know I love you more and more as we continue to share the rest of our years together. I couldn't be more proud and ecstatic to have you as my husband and to be your wife.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I know you really want to kiss, but you can't. You can still face each other now and take each other by the hands. You did do it. It was wonderful. I don't think there's a dry eye in the house. Morganite is said to bring healing, compassion, assurance, and promise to whoever wears it. With its gentle pink hue, the stone's energy is known for attuning to the heart. It is said to cleanse the emotional body of stress and anxiety. It heals old wounds and hidden traumas, and it enkindles lightness within the spirit, as if burdens have been lifted. It's no wonder why Tara fell in love with this precious stone. Its beauty is not only visual, but its meaning is symbolic. So on a sunny afternoon in March last year, Keith invited Tara for lunch at the restaurant where it all began, the Dive Bar. But just before they went in, he suggested they take a stroll along the Riverwalk, which had become one of their favorite things to do. And like the absolute gentleman that he is, Keith got down on one knee and used her full given name to ask her to be his wife. It was almost exactly 4 years to the day when he reconnected and they started dating. So it was a testament that their coming together was simply meant to be. I have another one for you. And now, with everyone's best wishes, Keith and Tara will exchange their very first gift to each other as husband and wife, their wedding bands. These bands now become the outward symbol of the vows that they make today and every day for the rest of their lives. Keith, take this ring. Place it at the tip of Tara's third finger of her left hand. And as you look into, well, face a little that way so that our cameramen can see. Well, no, don't go away. Hold on. Just shimmy it that way. There you go.
All right.
And as you look into her beautiful eyes, repeat the following words to her with your deepest sincerity. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. I am finally beside the someone who
I am finally beside the someone who
I can mean something to.
I can mean something to.
So take this ring and remember,
So take this ring and remember,
I won't ever leave you.
I won't ever leave you.
I'll always be true.
I will always be true.
It's you and me for life.
It's you and me for life,
Over and over again.
over and over again.
I will always choose you.
I will always choose you.
Now, Tara, take this ring and place it at the tip of Keith's third finger of his left hand. And as you accept him into your life as your husband, repeat after me from the bottom of your heart. But look at him, not me. That would be weird. I'm finally beside the someone who
I am finally beside the someone who
I can mean something to.
I can mean something to.
So take this ring and remember,
So take this ring and remember,
I won't ever leave you.
I won't ever leave you.
I'll always be true.
I'll always be true.
It's you and me for life.
It's you and me for life.
Over and over again.
Over and over again.
I will always choose you.
I will always choose you.
My darlings, you have been given a wonderful opportunity at experiencing all that life has to offer while creating amazing memories with the person you love most in this world. I think it is safe for me to speak for all of us when I say we wish you many years of health and continued happiness together. In each other, may you find strength, and may it carry you on when life gets tough. May you accomplish all of your goals together, pursuing your dreams and really maximizing your time on this earth. With every tear shed in sentiment and joy, may your love and friendship only continue to evolve and strengthen throughout the years, so that the love you feel today, as powerful as it is, it will pale in comparison to what you will feel for each other when you celebrate your 20th wedding anniversary. May God bless you and keep you for all of your days. Amen. For the pleasure of all those gathered here today, and by the power vested in me, it is an honor that I now pronounce you husband and wife. So take each other into your arms and share that very special kiss. Your guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me the privilege to introduce to you for the very first time our happy newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Keith and Tara Gilman. Go on up and take your bouquet.